We just came back from a relatively short match, St. John's University falling to Delaware, but it's a new game, it's a new opportunity for them as Idaho is their next opponent, Vincent.
Yeah, and listen, I gotta say, my expectations for this one, for Idaho especially, a little bit on the lower side. I love Idaho. I hope they can bring it back. I hope they can play well, but they have struggled. They haven't picked up a game here in Group 4, and it's been only 2 rounds at maximum for the 3 games that they played. It was 13-2 against St. John's yesterday, against Delaware the same, and 13-1 to Butler. So I will, I'll say my expectations just are not as high as they could be, unfortunately.
That's understandable. Yeah, Idaho has struggled so far. They've got lots of very tough opponents in this group. I mean, we've seen actually, I think the range of opponents as well in this group. Very very broad, and yeah, Idaho's had a tough time of it, and I think today it could be tough again. But I'm excited to see how far they can go, and if they can even take this match off of St. John's.
Well, we will have to see about that, but first we're going to have to see where we're going, and that's going to be Ascent. St. John's banning out Split and Bind, and then Idaho getting rid of Fracture and Icebox by the look of it. So Ascent, a place I have yet to go today, and I'm excited for it. I like Ascent. I don't know about you, but I'm a fan.
I'm a fan as well. In particular, I like Point. I like B site a lot. Actually, I don't know what it is exactly about it. Maybe it's the cubby behind it. Maybe it's the hallways leading to it. But I just feel like this is an excellently constructed map, right? And lots of opportunities for a lot of different play styles to pop off and have success as well. I mean, you've got the long sight lines in mid, got the high ground on A. It's a really nice dynamic map.
Dynamic. That's a great word for it. I agree. And that middle area as well can be a really interesting conversation point because the operator can very much have some success there. The other thing I want to talk about though, the meta here has been changing just a little bit. We've seen a whole lot more KO than we have in the past. So I'm interested to see if we'll see any KO locks. But for now, St. John's have locked and loaded pretty meta composition wise. The only thing that they're missing is maybe you could argue like a Cypher or Killjoy or that KO. It kind of depends on how you want to go.
Yeah, it certainly does. I think those any of those would be a pretty good solid pick. Looking on the other side for Idaho on the defense, I like Breach here a lot actually. I really do. Or
Brim?
and not seeing it at the moment. But Brimstone, an interesting choice I think for a controller, but not typically seen, but certainly you can make it work.
Yeah, but I'm gonna kind of go with my gut here and say that based on the score lines of the prior Idaho games, I think that this is another example to show a lack of experience, unfortunately, for this Idaho squad. Because Brimstone, I agree, you can make it work, but it is darn difficult, especially on the defense. So that said, we'll have to see if Kelvinator can make that come to fruition. But we're seeing something else. It's a Yoru here for Knight. We've seen some changes to Yoru most recently. I have to remember. I think it was just a cooldown change on the teleport there, and then I think that there was a change to his ultimate where no longer you can be seen inside it, but the defense can't see you. So I'll have to double check that though.
Yeah. I'm not as up to date on that as I wish I was as well. I know there's some major Yoru changes coming through relatively soon, but they're not here yet. And I agree. This is an interesting choice. I'm going to be excited to see how they're going to be able to make it work. Going to have an A site push first from St. John's University. Boombot goes out, but it's quickly dealt with. And Jalbach has to fall back to the Astra Smoke just to stay safe. A lot of aggression coming out now from the attacking side. Trades come in as well, but Jet very low as well for St. John's. They are dispatched. Freedom Dive is going to plant for St. John's University. Another couple of trades. This is a 2v2. This pistol round has been furious.
All right, so I just went and looked, double checked. By the way, those haven't come through yet, so no changes. That's my apologies. But speaking of Fast and Furious, that is Idaho picking up a nice retake. I mean, look, they struggle. We talked about it, but a pistol round, that is one way to get you into a game immediately.
It certainly is, because you're more than likely going to be winning this next round as well, because the gun advantage is just so overwhelming. Like, it really is, until you get to that third round. You know, and unless there are some serious misplays, you're probably some serious misplays or some serious hero plays coming out from the other side, right? You're likely going to end up with 2 wins right off the bat.
Wish I knew if this was Jybach or Jalbach. Is that an I or an L? You know what I'm saying? It's just always a question mark.
I think it's an L. I think there's this tiny little tail at the end on the right side. Okay. But yeah, I agree with you. That was tough to say, tough to tell.
I'm just, my reading woes is basically what that is. But nonetheless, we're underway here with round number 2, and you're right. The sheer advantage of the weaponry is usually enough. But I say that. And that was a very fast tag for Bailey. So maybe not as one-sided as we were attempting, as we see the flash coming over the top and Knight entering in.
Yeah, we've got a nice push coming up through mid for the St. John's block, but they lose 2 in the rotation, one right after the other, and now they're seriously considering whether or not they want to continue this push. Brimstone has positioned themselves, though, in an awkward spot. They do get caught out. But still, St. John's University looking a little worse for wear at the moment, and the defenders have a great line on this spike.
Phenomenal line, and here's Void, only one alive here. Headhunter in hand is going to upgrade, well, I mean, upgrade is maybe a relative term at this distance. What? I feel like that really should have been a kill. It really wasn't.
I do too. I'm glad you said that.
I mean, it was a headshot, and it wasn't too far away either, but, well, oh well. I don't make the rules. I just watch the game. And St. John's, I think, needs to probably get the heck out of here or die fast. And there we go. Yeah. And if you're wondering why I say die fast, it's not because I'm trying to be toxic and towards Void. Love you, Void. That's not what it is. It is all about, though, if you don't die within the time, then, well, you're going to be forced to, you don't get as much money. You only get, I think it's 300 or something like that. Or no, it's 1,000. Only $1,000 in your pocket versus the full loss bonus. So definitely want to get those additional dollary dues in your pocket.
Yeah, you certainly do. You know, you're not really looking to save that weapon that you had that round, right? It's not going to be worth it. You're going to lose more by trying to save that weapon. Early paint shells go out from Jalbach to try to dissuade a push coming in. And they're successful in doing that. It looks like we're going to get a rotation up through mid, possibly over to B as well from the attackers. But Idaho, this is going to, or St. John's rather, this is going to be their opportunity to come back here. And in fact, they started out with 1 pick already.
Ooh, nice frag there in through the Nebula, too, for Jalbach. Only good for the 1, though. So St. John's entry into the site, successful. But oh, no, that's the bomb. That's the spike. Juggle, that's brutal.
That is brutal, and great play coming out from Viper as well, from Connor, to kind of shut down any chance of them trying to step onto it. I mean, the snake bite as well as the toxic screen. But now they know that it's just Viper over there. They're going to be able to start pushing. In fact, they pick it up as well. They're able to get her out of the way long enough for Yoru to snag it. We've got a 2v2 now, and St. John's really looking rough at the moment.
Oh, I love this. He's put down the gate crash, actually, and the fake out, too, to kind of fake the push in towards the bottom area there, and what a huge win for that.
Yeah, that was absolutely massive. And now it's just Brim on the high ground. They're going to be able to get the pick. And St. John's picks up their first round.
And to kind of continue on that, what I meant is that Kelvinator was probably giving the information over to the opposition, because those footsteps, they sound like they're pushing in towards underneath heaven. And instead, they weren't there. It was all just a fake out. So it's nicely done. A well played, bait and switch by just the Yoru. So Knight already utilizing the Yoru utility in a way that I'm liking.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree. They're showing some real they're showing some real aptitude for this agent as well. I think that's really spectacular to see. Jet tries to push onto point, but they are caught very quickly out. Knight now with the dimensional drift, looking to get as much information as they possibly can before they come back out. And oh, beautiful play from them. They catch them completely unawares in heaven. Now we've got the Cosmic Divide as well for the St. John's University push. It's just up to Jalbach, and this is going to be very tough. So much has come out already. Then they're reloading as they round the corner.
I would argue that Cosmic Divide don't even need it, man. Look at this.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Surely we're going to see it. Yes. Great job. The dimensional drift working wonders as Knight able to find a double kill. Does go down after the fact, but it's irrelevant. He's busted open that site. So Idaho, that was a unfortunate round, but they've got plenty of money to buy back in. And I want to shift your focus over here. Kelvinator has an Odin in hand. Now, you're normally going to see a Sova with that on this side of the map, but to be fair, it can be just as deadly in others' hands.
That it can. We're going to see the Sky Smokes come out early as well. We've got the Blade Storm coming out, but they're not able to get any value from it. They have to back off. Actually going through that Toxic Cloud, they go down so low. 4v4 now at this point, and St. John's Jet with about half health. That is not good for them.
Good job, Bach, though. In the flank position, that's nasty work. McKinney on the entry, making it a little bit easier in the missed Blade Storm as well for Smalls. So it's a 3v3 here as Idaho look to retake. They do have a Viper's Pit.
Yeah, they do. If they can get within range to pop that, close enough to point, that could really be a headache for this St. John squad. But they do have the player advantage right now. And the Spike, they're going to have to start moving relatively soon if they're hoping to defuse here.
It's just, playing around with that judge. I love it. It's great.
And here comes the push now. Jalbach looking for an opportunity to get it. Can they convert this into a win? It's just a 1v1, but I don't know if there's enough time for the defuse to come in or for Kenny to stop the defuse. They're looking for it. They're gonna get it. This one gonna go over to Idaho.
Kenny just waited half second after swinging. I think that was the difference between a win and a loss. That was so weird. Kenny just not quite aware of what to do. Could have pulled the Hunter's Fury as well, but didn't do that.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
I'm a little confused because I felt like there was so many win conditions for Kenny. Only they just decided to do nothing instead, and of course, doing nothing is a loss. So
yeah. It looked like maybe they just panicked there. Just a little bit of a panic because this is such a tense game. This is such a high, not necessarily high adrenaline, but just like high tension game. We're gonna get the Tour de Force come out as well for St. John's University. They've already got one pick on the board as well, so they want to come back and even up this score. And he is gonna plant. A couple of counter kills coming in as the 3v3 all of a sudden. And, nice ult coming out from Grim. And not going to be enough, though, as St. John's going to be able to even the scoreline.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that orbital strike. It was well-timed, but a little misplaced, maybe is the right way to put that. So what it really did is it did split St. John's apart from each other, but just not in a way that was effective at dealing with the situation at hand. So Kelvinator, I think it was a good attempt, but ultimately, like I said, just a little bit off in the area of effect. So we'll have to look towards Idaho to see what they want to utilize here in this round. They have that Blade Storm up and ready to go, but I think it's been a slow start for this Jet for Idaho.
Yeah, it has. I think this has been their first one so far, but certainly excited to see what they can make happen with it. We're going to see a big push through mid. A lot of youthful being expended over here to cut down these sidelines. Smalls comes up with a nice shot onto Connors, and now this B side looking to be primed for the taking for St. John's. That is until Void is taken out of the mix. Just looking a little rougher at the moment. Nice shot from Smalls right before the Astra smoke goes up. That's an advantage now for St. John's. Joe now with an opportunity as well, though.
Not long-range duel for Smalls. There's no need to take that, really, because he's going to be punished big time. Bailey with a big frag, and here's that potential for the Blade Storm. But this gate crash, depending on the timing, could be absolutely perfect. Get a kill and gate crash out. That's what Knight's looking to do.
Yeah, they are. Not in the corner now. Oh, nice peek coming in as well. They are traded out. It's a 1v1, and St. John's going to come away with the win at the end of the day.
Some of these rounds have been awful close, but St. John's have consistently come out on top. And even despite some, I would say, some mistakes, like Smalls overswinging, Knight taking the second fight, there's no need to do that. You've already gotten the advantage, but instead takes the fight, goes down for the trouble, and it's still a win for St. John's. So ultimately, though, Idaho putting up more rounds this game than they have in any game thus far here in the EGFC Power Series. So that's definitely a good start to maybe taking out a map win.
Yeah, it absolutely is. You'd love to see this coming out from them. Bailey with a shotgun, able to outduel their doppelganger right there. No, Kelvinator has a big opportunity here. Beautiful use of the smokes right there, and Knight caught completely unawares.
Yeah, I don't know what the plan there is for Smalls, but you normally don't want to dash forward into the opponent. It's usually dash out, but maybe a bit of a misclick. I think that's probably most likely. Here's Jalbach looking for more, and the showstopper's out.
Ooh, yes, gonna find value. No, it doesn't. Kenny gonna be able to come away with the kill right there. And even things up for St. John's University. They have a distinct opportunity right here to turn this back in their favor. To see a shock bolt, recon bolt rather come out. It's not going to illuminate anybody for them. It feels safe to swing out and peek, but there's somebody right behind that box. A Viper just waiting for them. We are going to get the rotation though, going over towards B now.
So what was a 5 versus 3 is now 3v2 after that. Connor doing well to dispatch with one more of these players. St. John's with an opportunity. They still have the Hunter's Fury, and they needed to find one entry, but that's been denied.
That it has. Excellent lurk there coming out of Freedom Drive. Just caught a little bit unawares, just a little bit slow to react. But Kenny going to be able to almost equalize. 5 seconds left to go. They're going to have to go for picks. There's not enough time to plant. And regardless, Idaho going to come away with the win.
Yes, they are. And again, tying up the scoreline. I think St. John's, it's kind of interesting, right? Because I feel like they should be doing a bit better than they are. But I think part of that might be to do with the fact that they just got absolutely wrecked on Breeze. And, sometimes it's hard to mentally come back from something like that.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, we've got, a couple new players in for the St. John's squad, right? We have Kenny, who I don't believe was in there the last time. So,
No, Kenny was there.
Kenny was there. Oh, okay. Then my mistake. My mistake. But still pulling in a new player can breathe new life into the squad, but it also comes with some question marks. Hunter's Fury now going to be loosed by Kenny to try and clear away some space. See if they can get a little bit of information. No real damage done though with it.
That's unfortunate, but still the Blade Storm is in this round, so maybe that'll be good for something more.
Yeah, we're going to see an engagement right here. The Blade Storm is out, but it's going to be shut down. Connor coming away with the kill, and once again, University of Idaho with a little bit of an advantage here. But we've seen some great things come out of this Yoru. But right now, it's a very split situation. Kenny having to make the long haul back over towards A, and they're not going to get there before the defenders do.
Knight, this is crucial and nicely found. He needs to just go back, play with his teammate. But
one enemy remaining.
Lucky that Gelback is looking the wrong way, honestly.
30 seconds left.
Yeah. We're going to get the plant come in as Empress is popped by the University of Idaho. But Knight has just been a tremendous force. They're not going to win out this duel. Now it's a 1v1. Things a little bit in favor, I would say, at this moment of Idaho, especially because Kenny's already used that Hunter's Fury. They could have had it for this, for this retake right here, but it's not going to be in use. Shock Dart does land on the high ground. Lear used to try and get onto point, but not going to be any advantage found. They are going to get the shot, but it's going to be Kenny coming away with the clutch for St. John.
Yeah, lots of question marks there, I think, for me. Again, St. John's taking undue risks, right? Knight comes away with it, and hey, props to him. He did a great job. But he left it to Kenny when there was no need. You just play the 2v1 after getting the advantage. So some fundamental errors, I think, is the way I would describe it for St. John's University. And Idaho given opportunities to make that comeback because of it. That said, it's still the lead for St. John's. 5-4 the score, and there is the potential, and we're actually seeing it, the dimensional drift going to get all the info needed.
Yeah, that they are in a beautiful positioning, but they are caught out. Joe does find them. Trade happens. Lear as well coming out, not going to find any value this time around. Cosmic Divide in an interesting position as well. Actually, I really like this Cosmic Divide. It's cutting off a lot from CT.
Oh, Kitty. Playing with fire right there with the boom bot, but
yeah,
Joe's left alone on the site and he's quickly dispatched. So I can see the argument for that Cosmic Divide, but I would actually argue the other direction, because what it does is it doesn't cleanly split the site, and so it allows for defenders to potentially just kind of jump on one side, take a duel, and then instantly get out without being traded. So that's where the danger comes in for St. John's to throw up a Cosmic Divide of that nature. If it was just a little bit further back, I would have been right there with you.
Yeah, it's you know, Cosmic Divide, it's an incredibly powerful ult, but it's very subtle, actually, right? Into whether or not it's a good one or a bad one for you, and it's very, very difficult to tell. Nice one-way coming out from Jet. St. John's going to come away with a kill, though, so attackers with a little bit of an advantage at the moment. Astra Star is also keeping Heaven at bay for the moment. They are going to be able to swing out now, though. Try to get the kill, but the plan is going to be successful.
All right,
huge
Smalls.
win for St. John's.
Smalls just jumped in there, took a headshot, jumped straight back out. And Connor had a chance with those two players lined up, but not before Kenny dispatched with them. So St. John's, these last few rounds have looked a little bit more like themselves, getting into the swing of things here. And looking to close this half, potentially an 8-4, potentially 7-5. It just kind of depends. So the buy for Idaho is not perfect. Couple of Spectres, so those SMGs are out and going. The other thing to take a note of, Orbital Strike is back. Same thing with the Viper's Pit for Idaho, but those are very much difficult to use defensively, with the exception of the Viper's Pit. I guess you could just throw that down at B, but it's still, we'll have to see how it goes. That's a good Orbital Strike. Great disruption.
Yeah, that certainly is. But in the midst of it all, it's going to be St. John's coming away with a couple of kills. So despite that, you know, that excellent engagement, they're not going to get the value out of it that they need. And in fact, they're looking at potentially a perfect round. Joe is going to deny that excellent positioning from them. We're going to see the Hunter's Fury come out as well. Not going to find anything this time around. Beautiful flash, though, from Knight for the round win.
Yeah, that blindside doing its work. And, you know, I will say, so I mentioned the Orbital Strike being well-timed, well-placed. It was. Unfortunately, St. John's just made very quick decisions and outplayed it. You know, it was the counterplay that comes back, and Idaho just weren't ready for the pace change that St. John's threw at them in answer to that ultimate. So 8-4 the scoreline here at the halftime. It's a good one for St. John's. This map, by the way, slightly on the defensive side. That's maybe one round, if at all. I mean, it's literally like, I think 52-48 or something like that. That's the actual percentage. And that's
I did not
also
realize it was that close.
That's also at pro play, though.
Right, that's fair.
So, you know, add more for the collegiate.
Yeah, that's fair. We're going to see early trade coming out, a 4v4 now, but with Chamber down incredibly low, the advantage has to go to Idaho right here. And we're going to see them potentially swing over to the A side as well, now that they've, you know, forced out a lot of the utility of St. John's on the B. Ooh, no, they're going to double back, actually. We're going to see A stick around.
I love that they've just hit the brakes here, Idaho. This is great. Now, Freedom Dive, TM, pending, is going to he's going to find some information potentially if he decides to push forward, though, and he will. Oh, it's all about timing.
Yeah, this is nice. This is nice. Bailey has definitely given more credence to the fact that the push is going to come through on A, and that has delayed them long enough for them to potentially get a good push out. But look at this, the util coming out from Chamber going to slow them down, and that's going to give Freedom Dive an opportunity as well to catch a couple around this corner.
Low health for a lot, but Smalls doesn't matter.
Oh.
Down B.
So
yeah, this is a very tough situation now for Bailey, for University of Idaho. They've got the spike locked down. The best they can hope to do is to try and get a couple picks on the way, and that's what they've done. They have made this significantly easier now, especially considering Jet has moved off the spike. Dude, Small's going down to very little health. This is if they can get a couple of kills here, they can absolutely still clutch this out. But I think the time is not going to work in their favor. St. John's picks up another round.
Yeah, St. John's honestly giving way too much to Bailey there. But with the time, all they had to do was run, and this was the disruptor. This was the game changer. Quick flank, only good for 2, but that's irrelevant. It gives the information, and Small's in position to confirm the bomb down outside of the B area. So 9-4, St. John's on the second half, pick up the pistol round. That's a little bit unfortunate, I think, for Idaho. They really could have used the extra boost. Not to be.
Not to be, indeed. Page Shell's going to briefly slow down Idaho from pushing into this A site. We're going to see the rotation coming out from the defenders as well.
Nice gate crash.
Yeah, that was a very nice move right there. Freedom Dive lurking in the smokes as well. I like this. Can they get somebody to push in? Just a little bit. Oh, they do. They see the tail end of the gun, but they're going to have to back out. Now they're at a disadvantage distinctly, especially with only 2 health. St. John's is going to pick up the first kill, though.
Oh, and look, they're stuck. Idaho, they can't get out.
No, they can't. They're going to be caught completely from behind. Beautiful rotation coming out from St. John's, and they are awarded with a flawless round.
That's nasty work. St. John's just coming in from all angles, and Idaho only sitting there like, well, I guess we could try to get out of there. Also, some phenomenal shots here from Knight. 3 frags through him, and showing off some nice Euro play. I've always been a little bit hit or miss with Yoru. I think it can be good on Ascent here, but it's one of the only maps that I think it's decent on, and it's always been kind of like, somewhat okay, but not great. This has been phenomenal.
It actually has. Yeah, I really have to commend the Yoru play so far to date coming out from St. John's, and that's just they're just gonna have such a strong there's such a strong presence once these new changes go in as well. Nice peek comes out. Jalback able to get the win right there. Quickly down to a 3v3 though, as this site has been very well approached by Idaho. They've got the toxic screen up as well. This is going to lead to a good plant and a very hard retake for St. John's.
Well, especially with Kinney falling in that position. St. John's now down to 2.
Spike planted.
Ooh, shots coming out. They're going to be able to finish him off. Freedom Dive has evened up the score. And now with both Knight and Freedom Dive able to move onto this site, potentially from 2 different angles. No, they're going to double it up, actually, looking to maybe come away with the trade. Nice smoke coming out as well. That's going to make things difficult for Brim to move in. They're going to have an opportunity to defuse right now, but can Kelvinator come away with the win? They've got the early shot, but it's not on target, and Knight able to finish them off. St. John's now within striking distance of winning this matchup.
Gotta give that Brimstone credit, because whilst we talked about the struggles of Brimstone here on this map and that it's not really normally seen, Kelvinator has committed to it and committed to everything. right?
Yeah.
You saw that nice lineup from the Molly, denied the defuse for just a little bit. Now, granted, unfortunately, Kelvinator couldn't hit the shot to follow up, but from a utility perspective, he did everything right. So,
Yes.
gotta give the commendation there to Kelvinator and University of Idaho. They're running with what they got, and they've picked the agents that they think are going to work best for them, and done well with it.
That they have. I feel like this has to be a comfort pick, right? Oh, the dimensional drift, having to back off tremendously quickly from that. Not going to be able to take that 1v3. Kelvinator going to be able to find freedom dive, and that's going to open things up considerably for Idaho. Nice toxic screen coming out as well. Blade Storm out to try and keep things in their favor. Kenny with a nice off angle. Odin able to find a couple. And with that, what was looking like a great approach from Idaho just dissolved.
Yeah, half number one, very close. Half number two thus far, not so much. 4 rounds, 4 wins, match point for St. John's is where we're at right this moment, Juggle. And, you got to give credit to Idaho that they've done well. They've done better than they have prior to this, but it hasn't been enough. And, well, look at the money, look at the economy. It's 3 Spectres, a Bulldog, and 1 Vandal, but I don't know that it's going to be able to get them over the edge.
This is match point, and it is a significant advantage to St. John's. We're going to see an early pick in their favor. Make that 2. Spike carrier killed as well. We're going to see the Nova Pulse come out from Astra. Not going to catch anything, but they're able to get the spike down once again. And with just a sliver of health, too, left on the side of University of Idaho. We're going to see the Empress now used as well. Joe going to be able to hopefully heal themselves up after maybe picking off somebody. But it's 2v2. Make that a 2v1. University of Idaho now with a little bit of an advantage. It's just going to be up to Kenny to try and seal this away. The Empress doing a lot of work, but not quite getting any heals for them yet. Bailey going to be able to pick up the spike, and I think we're going to see a rotation come in.
The bad news for Idaho is that they haven't got the spike plant. I mean, that's just the reality. So the good news is that they baited Kenny out by not getting the spike plant and assuming that they're going to be headed towards B, when in reality, it's going to be A. So spike plant should give Kenny the information here relatively soon, and Joe's in a great post plant as well. But I want to add on to that. Well, okay. I was going to say Joe was actually in an untradeable position initially, and he's kind of still is, but not exactly. Oh, okay. See, that's the problem. You got to play the trades.
Yeah, that you do. They do come away with the win, though. The recon bolt not going to give them any information while they're dead.
Again, pretty darn lucky, though, to get away with this. And Bailey with a nice double kill. We talked about Bailey having a bit of a slow start, but heating up here at the backside of this game, doing well to bail Idaho out of what was a pretty dire situation. But it's sort of the same situation now for St. John's, at least on the cards for right this moment. They have some weaponry, but it's 2 marshals, 2 rifles, and a pistol. It's interesting.
Yeah, this is going to be a very scrappy fight. Nice early shot comes out. Orbital strike not going to find any kills, but a great way to zone the point in their favor. They're going to get the plant very quickly, and I like this fast push coming out from them. Falls with the Blade Storm now looking for an opportunity. They're able to get 1 kill onto Jawbach. It's now just Brim remaining, and that's going to do it. We're going to get the diffuse coming in, and St. John's picks up a victory, but this University of Idaho, their best showing yet.
By the way, I love how, like, the animation there on your ultimate, the dimensional drift, like him clawing into a different dimension and pulling out the mask. It's just so cool. I know I'm nerding out, but it's just it is what it is. There's a reason I'm a commentator about Valorant. Okay, it's because I enjoy things like that. But yeah, the Yoru getting the top frag as well. You know, Coke top frag with Kenny, 23-6 for Kenny, 23-11 for Knight on the Yoru. Fantastic job overall by everyone, though, from the St. John side of things. And Idaho, you know, they did better than they have all Power Series. And whilst I gotta say, we were expecting it to be rough, and it was in the back end, you know, of that map, I think they did a good job of putting themselves into a better position than we've seen before.
Absolutely. Their defensive game, they have certainly picked it up tremendously. And now, you know, I think from this last match, I think one takeaway is that their attack maybe needs a little bit of polish, right? But at least you've made a significant amount of progress, right? On at one half of the game.
Yes.
So now, you know, I think we're going to see a lot more out of this squad moving forward through this season. But we're going to throw it to a short break now while we get the next game up and running. We're going to get see University Idaho with another chance to come away with a win. But that's going to do it for this matchup. We will see you back here very shortly.